Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now listen up. In the world of boxing right now, there's a lot of things going down. Little things that are really big things. And one of the latest things we talked about in our last video was, they're gonna make the ring a little bit smaller because we're trying to get rid of the running in boxing, right? And we always talk about it. You can't really run in boxing. The ring is 20 by 20. Damn it, somebody should be able to cut the ring off. All of these things, the pros and the cons. But listen, and I explained in that video that in all sports, you know, it's an attack on, athletes of color. It's an attack on athleticism. In the NBA, the 3-point shot, you get 3 points for that easy ass shot. You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks shouldn't run in the NFL because if they do, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. We've talked about it. That's just the short version. But so it's an attack. And so in boxing, basically, these boxers that exhibit all of these attributes, like hitting and not getting hit, right? Parrying shots, everything you do on the defensive side, they would call it not running or not exciting. And you guys can call it all that. What do we call it here? We call it BTBG. And that's beat the black guy. Because just because the guy's not getting hit doesn't mean he's not running. When you call Shakur Stevenson a runner, that's not true. That's a lie. You don't really see the guy getting up on his toes and running. If you call Devin Haney a runner, it's a lie. He's never ran except for the last fight that he had against the big Jose Ramirez after being cheated by Ryan Garcia with drugs. He wasn't running before that, right? Call Floyd Mayweather a runner. It's a lie. It's just the best defensive person you've ever seen, and he stands in the pocket. He didn't even run from big old Canelo Alvarez, beat the hell out of him. So it's a lie. What it is sour grapes. That's what that is, right? So we got to call it for what it is. So this 18 by 18 ring that Turkey Al-Ashi wants is just something else. But I think Turkey Al-Ashi has got different plans. His reason for having the 18 by 18 ring, you guys haven't seen it this way, but this is what he's really up to. He knows Canelo is about to fight Terrence Crawford, and he knows that America's racist, and he knows that people are going to be making excuses if Terrence Crawford wins. So therefore, boom, the ring is 18-18. That puts that to bed, right? People try to call Terrence Crawford a runner. This guy ain't never ran in his life. You know what I mean? So with the 18 by 18 ring, Canelo has to win that fight now. If he doesn't, that only enhances the legacy of Terrence Crawford. So that's what Turkey actually is up to. People don't realize that. They think it's different. But that's what's really going on. Because he's just taking away all the excuses that Canelo and his fans might have. Now, let me show you what's about to happen in boxing. If they're putting the 18-18 rings, people, just anything that the wrong people keep winning here. So we got to do something. So the next thing that's going to be banned is the jab. Watch what I'm telling you. The jab will be banned. Listen, all this stuff going on in the NBA and the other sports, the jab is going to be banned here soon. Or what I mean by banned, probably not that you can't jab anymore. I'm not saying it's going to go that far. But what it's going to be is less worth. Where, normally everything is work off the jab. His jab is awesome. To keep the guy off of you, to keep the distance with the jab, then work off that and come in there. Then you might throw the right hand every time after the jab this and the jab that, right? Now, we just saw Richardson Hitchens, make a fool of himself after the fight, but during that fight against Kambosos, jab had a great fight off that jab. Didn't it look beautiful for people that love boxing? Now, Boxing News 24, or AKA Fox News of Boxing, said that fight was not entertaining, right? It wasn't entertaining. Now, you watching a jab, doing a real good jab, it's not entertaining. Let them tell it, we won't jab anymore in the world of boxing. That's what's up. Because the wrong person's getting hit in the damn face. That's what this all it is. So you guys can call it what it is. I'm calling it BTBG. And when people come to look at black people get beat up and it's not getting it, then we're going to continue to do things. Cut the ring off. Call them boring. Call them not exciting. Call them runners. Call them whatever it is. But what you got to call them is the best and champions. Wake up, New Russia. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. Hope the jab don't become extinct. Be careful with that one. And I'm up out of here, y'all.